Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to your business study class. Students, today I teach you the topic incentives. So, this topic is related to your chapter number 18, motivation. Okay, so this is the last topic of your chapter number 18. Okay, so what is incentive, students? So, incentive is a positive motivational influence. So we are talking about motivation in this chapter. So motivation means to motivate a person, to induce person for doing some work, towards their power for some work. Okay, so induce them to do a particular work with their best. So incentive is a positive motivational influence on a person that help improve his performance. Thus, it can be said that all the measures taken by the management to improve the performance of its employee are incentives. Okay, so all tools, all steps which are taken by an organization to improve the performance of their employee is all called incentives. The incentives are broadly classified as financial incentives and non-financial incentives. So, look at the diagram of financial incentives and non-financial incentives. So, financial incentives, students, which can be measured or calculated in terms of money, and non-financial, which cannot be calculated or measured in terms of money. We are talking about financial incentives. So first is profit sharing, pay and allowances, bonus, retirement benefit, perquisites, productivity linked wages, co-partnership or stock option. So these all are financial incentives. And non-financial, which cannot be calculated in terms of money, status, career advancement, opportunity, job enrichment, employer recognition program, job security, employee empowerment. So first we discuss financial incentives one by one. Okay. So first of all, the meaning of financial incentives, students. So in today's socio-economic condition, money has become very important part for our lives. We need money to satisfy almost all our need as it has purchasing power. Thus, financial incentive refer to those incentives which are in direct monetary form, that is money, or can be measured in monetary terms. So, a financial incentive can be provided on an individual or a group basis and satisfy monetary and future security need of individual. So students, if we are talking about our job, so first and foremost thing that in our mind is salary. So salary means money which we receive from an organization. So first, the foremost thing that we consider is all the monetary benefits that we are derived from organization in which we are working. Okay, so financial incentive include all these monetary benefits. So first monetary benefit is pay and allowances. So salary is the basic incentive for every employee to work efficiently for an organization. Salary includes student basic pay, dearness allowances, house rent allowances, and similar other allowances. So dearness allowances, house rent allowances means sometime a worker must be live in a place which is far from its home, okay, for his work purpose. So that for that purpose the organization also provide him rent allowance also. Okay, so under the salary system, employee are given increment means increase their salary after some time according to their performance, increment in a basic pay every year, and also an increase in their allowances from time to time. Sometimes these increments are based on the performance of the employee during the year. If an employee performed best in a previous year, in next year his salary may be increased. Okay, so it is depend on the employer that whether they want to increase their salary or not. Okay, so pay and allowances include the basic salary and allowances which are given as additional to salary. Next is students bonus. Bonus means it is a sum of money offered to an employee over and above the salary or wages as a reward for his good performance. So bonus is paid to the worker for his good performance. Okay, it is over and above the salary. Next is productivity linked wage incentives. So many wage incentives are linked with the increase in productivity. Productivity means your wages incentive to the worker according to their productivity level, according to their work. If their productivity, if they produce more unit, their salary is increased. If they produce less unit, their salary is decreased. So their salary or their wages are depend on their productivity level. For example, a worker is paid 50 rupees per piece. Okay, if he produces 50 pieces a day, if he produces 50 pieces a day, then he received rupees 50. But if he produce more than 50 pieces in a day, extra is 5 rupee. Okay, if he produces more than 50 pieces a day, he is paid 5 rupees extra per piece. Okay, so thus on the 51 pieces, if he produce 51 pieces, he get 55 rupees. Okay, so every piece, every increase in one piece, his salary is increased by 5 rupees. Clear? So this is called wage incentive linked to productivity. Productivity linked wage incentives. Next is students profit sharing. So sometimes the employee are given a share in the profit of the organization. Okay, sometimes the employees are given a share in a profit of the organization. This motivates them to perform efficiently. If they are performing efficiently, this leads to increase in the organization profit. Okay, when the organization profit increase, they also get more share. Clear? Next is students retirement benefits. So every person wants some job security. Okay, that if today I am doing a particular job, this job providing me benefit throughout my life. These are included in retirement benefits. So retirement benefits like gratuity, pension, provident fund, leave encashment, etc. provide financial security to employee. Pension means when he retired from the job, some amount is given to him according to after a month. Okay, provident fund means whenever person is doing a job, some amount of percentage is deducted from his salary. Okay, that salary is transferred to its PF, provident fund. If 1000 is deducted from his salary, then its double is given by the employer. If 1000 is deducted from employee's salary, then 2000 contribution is given by the employer. Then his provident fund is in balance is 3000. So whenever he received salary in every month, every interval, some amount of provident fund is deducted from his salary, and the similar amount is paid by the employer also. Leave encashment means when like if for a year 12 leaves are employed for a particular employee. For each employee 12 leaves are available. If they are not taking these leaves, okay, they are going their work daily basis, if they are not taking any leave, at that time they also paid for their leaves which they do not use. That is called leave encashment. Okay, so these are include the retirement benefit. Thus they work properly when they are in service. Next is stock option or co-partnership. So under the employees stock option, the employees offered the ordinary share of the company at a price lower than the market price. So as you know that what is share? Share means a part in the share means some amount of share is purchased and some amount is given to the amount in rupees given to the organization. So the employees who are working in the organization offered them share at a lower price than the market price. Okay, for a specified time. These are non-standardized offers, and shares are issued as a private contract between the employer and the employee. Okay, so these are generally offered to the management as a part of their managerial compensation package. So next is per commission. Some organization offer a commission in addition to salary to employee for fulfilling the target extremely well. So this incentive encourages the employer to increase the client base of the organization. Okay, some targets are given to the employee. If they achieve their target, for that organization also paid some commission to them, that is addition to their salary. Perquisites. So perquisites, all several organizations offer perquisite line fringe benefits such as accommodation, car allowance, medical facilities, education facility for their children, recreational facility, children also, and for their employees also if they want to study further, recreational activities, etc. In addition to their salary, everything is in addition to their salary, and allowances to its employer. These incentives are also motivate the employer to work efficiently. So students, financial incentives are stock option, commission, perquisites, retirement benefits, bonus. So there are a number of financial incentive which are given to the employee to motivate them so that they can give their best, give their 100% to the organization. Next is students, non-financial incentives. So non-financial incentives are which are meaning apart from the monetary and in future security needs, an employee also has psychological, social and emotional needs. Satisfying these needs also plays an important role in their motivation. Okay, so it doesn't mean only financial incentive can motivate the employee. Non-financial incentives are also motivate the employee. Okay, so non-financial focus mainly on the fulfillment of their needs. Okay, so these needs are different, thus cannot be measured in terms of money. So non-financial incentive which cannot be measured in terms of money. So students, however, there are chances that particular non-financial incentives may be involved the financial incentive as well. For example, when a person is promoted, his psychological need are fulfilled, that he wants promotion, he wants some authority, his status increase, but at the same time if he get promotion, his salary is also increased. So to some extent non-financial incentives also include financial incentives. I hope it is clear. Next is status. So these are the types of non-financial non-financial incentive. First is status, students. With the reference to an organization, status refers to the position in the hierarchy of the organization chart. Means which organization at the top, the level of the authority, responsibility, recognition, salary, perk, etc. determine the status of employee in an organization. A person at top level has more authority, responsibility, recognition and salary. Vice versa, the person at middle level has less authority, less responsibility, less recognition and salary is also less. So status satisfy the self-esteem and psychological needs of an individual and in turn motivate him to work hard. Organizational climate. Another non-financial incentive is organizational climate. So organizational climate refers to the environmental characteristics of an organization that are perceived by its employee about the organization and have major influence on their behavior. Each organization has different organizational climate that distinguish it from the other. Some factors that influence the organization climate of an enterprise are organization structure, individual responsibility, reward, risk and risk taking, warmth and support, and tolerance and conflict. If an organization support their employee, solve their conflict, okay, so that employee is very loyal toward their organization. Okay, so organization climate must be to some extent it must be friendly and to some extent it may be some rigid. Okay. Career advancement opportunity. It is very important for an organization to have an appropriate skill development program and a sound promotion policy for its employee, which work as a booster for them to perform well and get promoted. So some career opportunities are also provided by an organization, so that their employees can be get promoted. Next is job enrichment. So what is job enrichment? It is refer to designing of a job in such a way that involve the higher level of knowledge and skill, a variety of work content, more autonomy and responsibility of employee, meaningful work experience and more opportunity for growth. Job enrichment means enrich a job so that it can make an employee all rounder. Okay, so when the job is interesting, it itself serve as a source of motivation to employee. Next is job security. So job security provides future stability and a sense of security among the employees. The employees are not worried about the future. If the employee get regular position, okay, at that time he doesn't have any worry regarding their future, okay, and after that he will work and with some enthusiasm, okay, with some motivation, okay. So the employee are not worried about the future and thus work with more enthusiasm. Owing to unemployment problem in our country, job security work as a great incentive for the employee. Okay, so an employee who is regular, who is permanent in his job, on his job, he has no worry about his future and he was doing his work in a best way. Employee recognition program. So recognition means acknowledgement and appreciation of work done by the employee. Recognition in the in the organization boosts their self-esteem and they feel motivated. For example, declaring the best performer of the week, a month, okay, displaying their name on the notice board and giving them reward, all are fall under employee recognition program. Employee participation, involving employee in decision making regarding the issues related to some problems, okay, or like canteen committee, work committee, etc., also help in motivating them and inducing the same of their belongingness. Last is employee empowerment. Giving more autonomy and power to subordinate also make them feel that they are important to the organization and in turn they are serve the organization better. So these all are non-incentive, all are incentives which are classified as financial incentives and non-financial incentive. I hope all these are clear to you.